The world abounds in change through man's ability.
I just wish the movies that he wanted to make weren't like mostly just kind of cheap cash grabs, pulling from his old material. Mm-hmm. He's always chided himself about going back to the well.
Recoil.
Right, yeah. But like, I don't know, man. It seems like most of
it's about time to make 3 coil.
Oh man.
I would do it.
You even got a name.
The title.
3 coil.
You saying that title is about as close as I'm ever going to get to agreeing with it. That's pretty fucking good. But
Okay, what if
strike now because
You just hope Bruce doesn't hear this.
what if we make 3 coil an animated feature using public domain animation?
I would do it.
that would be fun.
That would be the
fun.
situation that I would be involved with. That.
Yeah, I will be a voice actor.
We should approach Sam about that because he's gotten pretty good at chopping up Space Angel and putting our voices over it.
Yeah,
Fucking
3 coil.
3
That's a good idea. But unless you have a script
I'm
right
just
now,
gonna text Bruce the word 3 coil.
No, I'll tell you what. To do a film of that just length again
Yeah.
feels like too much. We did a couple of the like Joel Haver make a movie during the Oscars things. We did not come out to the runtime that they require for the challenge.
Yeah.
It's like 40 minutes. And we've been short by like 10 minutes both times we've done it. And it's like, I don't think I could do an hour and a half or even an hour long feature.
I don't think I could I jump back in and do it? Yeah. But it would exhaust me so quickly.
Yeah, it's like it's not worth doing. It's going to affect your health.
I would be so exhausted so quickly.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that is theoretically fun, but then you remember how you felt actually doing it.
Exactly.
Now, granted, we know enough more now.
I don't think we do. I think we get like 1 week before people are pissed at each other.
Oh, no, that's absolutely going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would happen. But, like, with the other people that we have access to now as well, like, we know people now who have made more films. And
that would make things better in that it would...
We have to qualify this statement.
It would make things better in that I know people that I could trust that I don't have to worry about everything. But we don't know enough people. Like, oh, wait, you mean I only have to do like 6 jobs as opposed to 12?
I don't know.
Great.
If you were doing, like, if you had the role of, like, say, like, DP...
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or something like that. And maybe we had... I'm just going to say it. Maybe we had Bruce directing. Because he'll tell you what he wants in a take these days. That's the problem I've had with most people who have tried to direct something. They're like, you have to give feedback to the actors if you want to get a certain shot.
Yeah.
And like Dan Brankert, he's really great with lighting.
Yeah.
He's super good at that. I think we could probably fill out a crew with people we've even worked with before on film stuff.
Yeah. But
I don't want to film.
That sounds too
do
professional to be Recoil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
I mean, I'd have to be...
comes in a plain brown paper wrapper.
Yeah, I'd have to be talent.
It is supposed to be a shit show.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd have to be talent at that point. That's weird.
Like, if we had these people for Brothers Keeper, maybe.
Like, that'd be weird, like...
Oh, because you haven't, like, really been on camera for stuff since, like... Since Recoil.
Since then.
Yeah, since Re-Recoil.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, Re-Recoil sounds like a real product of that time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I didn't do anything VidJam on camera.
Yeah, I don't think I remember you being on film for anything since...
I wasn't even on set for the last VidJam thing we did.
I think I was supposed to do one vid jam thing, and I got gout, and I never showed up. That's when you guys were doing something at Love Dress, and it's like, guys, I can't walk.
Oh, that was the door, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that for Vid Jam?
Yeah.
That was like a Lancaster Vid Jam, I think.
Yeah, that was a Lancaster Vid Jam. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to bail on a couple of vid jams because of gout, honestly. I always feel terrible, too. Because, like, yeah, you guys spent Friday night writing the script with me in it, and then Saturday morning I had to tell you don't have me.
just to be safe, can you write me in a wheelchair?
Can you write me as an invisible spectral entity that just follows people around and talks? I can record my lines on my laptop.
Yeah.
All right, so I was telling Josh a little bit before you got here, Ken, that I have things to talk about.
Okay.
Regarding Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil being the groundhog.
The groundhog.
Okay.
Just to further elaborate, just in case anybody really doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, they might not.
They might not. The groundhog is in like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And if you want to think of that as just a Bill Murray movie, yes, it is that groundhog.
Well, around here, though, like, the closer you get to Punxsutawney, like, if you don't know, when the groundhog comes out and is supposed to see his shadow, it is now, like, a big fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
People wear suits and top hats, and they hang out with this... I don't even know what they do. They just kind of take a groundhog out of a box and hold him up, and they're like, yeah, he saw his shadow, and then they put it back in. Like, I don't...
I think that they have him in like a little house kind of thing, and then they open the door and he comes out.
And if he goes back in...
If he goes back in, it's because he saw it. It's because the crowd fucked
It's because
up,
there's 10,000 people there.
Yes.
Or whatever.
And like 5,000 of them are press.
Yeah.
And they're just taking like flash photography. Yeah. Well, he didn't see his shadow this year. He didn't run back inside this year. So apparently, instead of getting a month and a half more winter, we're only going to get 6 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, right. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
That's how my family always described it to me, and I think it was because they were like, we don't understand why we do this either.
They should just adopt that, because whatever, it's just some stupid thing.
Except they care, because what I need to talk about is the lore of Punxsutawney Phil. Mm-hmm. They have an FAQ page for this event.
Yeah?
So one of the questions is, how many Punxsutawney Phils have there been? And the answer, officially, is there has only ever been one Punxsutawney Phil, and he has been predicting when winter will end since the 1800s.
So it's a title?
No, it's the same physical groundhog. He maintains his life by drinking the elixir of life every year. The elixir of life.
Groundhog juice.
That's all they say about it. They give him the elixir of life once a year at the groundhog picnic or something in like May, right? And the amount that they give him, it's a tiny amount. It's only enough to extend his life by 7 years.
Oh, okay.
So every year he gets another 7 years.
Hey,
That's
Mary
a net
Carl.
gain of 6 years of life.
Mary Carl, bring a little of that moonshine over. I'm gonna get this groundhog drunk.
I did the math, and
you did the monster math.
At the rate he gains excess life from the elixir of life, and for how long he's been doing it, he will live to be over 900 or 1,000 years old.
That poor groundhog.
That's just as of right now. Next year, you can tack another 6 years onto that.
It's like reverse dog aging.
Another question was...
Right? Because every year to a dog is like 7 years.
Yeah, basically.
So, but he's just extending instead of slowly dying.
You know what? You could put it that way.
All right, so in 3-Coil, Punxsutawney Phil
has
hired us to steal the elixir of life so he can finally die.
Pollute the elixir of life.
Punxsutawney Phil is just this like immortal groundhog being kept alive against his will.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it's
he runs
just
back into his hole so they can't feed him the elixir.
So it's not even a good guys against the bad guys anymore. It's the third movie. We're all the stars, so we got to team up
to save Punxsutawney Phil by allowing him to die.
Yes, who is a puppet voiced by Barry Sheen.
But
like a literal hand puppet.
Yes.
What if Punxsutawney Phil has the same what am I thinking? Rules about him as like the Air Force does, where they have to clear what is that what I'm thinking of? Is it the Air Force or is it the Army? No,
I don't know what you're.
One of our military branches has to clear what's put in the movies about them. I think it's the Air Force because like Top Gun.
It might even be all of the branches of the military, come to think of it, though, because like all those like naval movies, they probably also had to show our military in a good light.
Maybe they just have to show them in a good light to have access to
the actual military.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
I was gonna say, like, the Punxsutawney Phil PR team just shuts us the fuck down. Phil does not want to die.
Oh my god, we would have boycotts.
Kill me.
Just a little hand puppet. Kill me. We won't write lines for Pershing. We'll just tell him to speak what's on his mind.
Looks like fucking theater.
Kill me.
Kill me, Mangini.
This is all the cobwebs and shit hanging off.
Steal all my juice boxes and beat me unconscious with a 45. So one of the other questions was, does Phil have a wife?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does. Her name is Phyllis.
And she drinks the elixir?
She specifically does not. She does not receive the elixir.
So that's a title.
You know how long groundhogs typically live in the wild?
Yeah, I was going to say like a year or two.
3 years. So every 3 years, apparently, Punxsutawney Phil, the immortal fucking groundhog, has to find a new wife, change her name to Phyllis, and get to be with her for whatever of her 3 years she has left.
Wow.
Like, they went out of their way to it wasn't a separate question. Man. It was just, does he have a wife? Yeah, her name's Phyllis, and she's gonna die soon.
Phil's decrepit old ass is beating up young pussy every couple of years.
That's the only reason.
No wonder he's staying alive.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
Wow.
Like, you just keep throwing me that fresh poon, and I'll do 1 day of work a year.
Oh, fuck, I got the best job. Not even just for a groundhog. Literally, he's like, I keep getting older and they stay the same.
I feel like
they only live for 3 years.
I was gonna say, I feel like getting to fuck a new groundhog every 3 years is probably actually more attractive to groundhogs.
Yeah, I would assume.
Other species. I don't know that I would want to live forever to fuck groundhogs. I think I'd get bored of that pretty quick.
Yeah. Punxsutawney Doug just out there.
It's like a toxic situation.
Just out there pounding groundhog.
We're gonna turn Doug into a groundhog and bring him a new groundhog every 3 years.
Once a groundhog's 4 years old, I'm like, get out of here, Grandma.
Just throw it out of the bed.
Just huck it. God damn. As soon as I learned
the elixir is just milk.
I think they might have specifically said the formula of the elixir is a closely guarded secret. And, like, again, you have to kind of wonder why. Like,
because it's fucking real, dude.
But they've discovered the secret to eternal youth.
Yeah.
And they only give it to a groundhog.
Maybe humans
One
can't process
groundhog. They picked a specific fucking groundhog and said, this is what's going to live forever.
Yeah, it's groundhog juice, dude, not
Yeah. Do we know it'll work?
Not people juice.
I mean, I'll try it. I'll drink that groundhog juice. There would be no way to know that it worked until I became, like, super old, though.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, son of a bitch, it didn't work.
Right? I've been drinking this groundhog juice every year. It tastes like shit. It didn't even do anything. And then they'd be like, yeah, no, we replace the groundhog every few years. It's a groundhog. You've been drinking pure Coca-Cola syrup.
That's pretty fucking gross.
I've done it. That used to be considered a good remedy for an upset stomach. So we would actually keep a little bottle
Like
of
the syrup?
before you put the soda water into it. Yeah.
I thought like the bubbles is what actually helps your stomach right?
Yes, it is. But I don't think that the people who came up with this home remedy really thought it through.
Remedy for an upset stomach, but the cause of an upset pancreas.
And they also took out the active ingredient that helps your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of a thing that like people who worked in food service would tend to sneak a little bit of the syrup when they could and distribute it to people, because it's not like you could just buy it without buying a huge amount of it. So,
Dude, those fucking...
my mom always had it because she was a bartender.
Those things are so ridiculous. At least the ones that we had at the lodge. Because it's a fucking like 5-gallon bag of syrup in a box.
It's a ridiculous amount of Coca-Cola.
And you have to like karate chop or just punch the box to open the nozzle. And then like use all your energy to like flip it up onto this rack.
Just imagine them.
There's got to be better ways.
Going into Doug's mouth while he's like locked up until the next ground.
Oh no, they just keep me in a cage all year.
Yeah.
Until I get to...
Yeah, you're just fed a steady diet of Coca-Cola and groundhog pussy.
I'd probably start eating the groundhog just for a change of pace.
It's like VO, man. You can't turn around or anything. You're just kind of hanging in this cage.
We go up there to visit, and we see Doug just like chomping on half a groundhog, fucking another one, and we're like,
Jumping on half a groundhog and fucking the other half.
Yeah. We're like, oh my god, what did we do? Oh no.
Oh no.
We've ruined Doug.
Man, it's conversations like this that make me glad I've never told anybody at work what my podcast is called. I would not hear the end of that shit. How's the groundhog puss going, Doug?
Got something in me lunchbox.
That or I'd cry.
You open the lunchbox, you just had a dead groundhog in it.
And just start fucking it.
Yeah. Just
At work.
rip it in half.
This is Phyllis 3 right here.
I start fucking the back half.
Yeah.
I just hold out the top half, and I'm
Which
like,
one?
hey, you guys want any?
Oh man, that's awesome.
I knew as soon as I learned these facts that I had to bring this up on the podcast.
Groundhog.
Why would they say it? Number one, why would they not just say he's magic? Why would they say, we have an elixir that extends your life by 7 years? And also, he has a wife that we withhold that from.
Whoever wrote that, somebody was like, yeah, go nuts, have fun. And they were like, sweet. But then he was like, either his wife or his mom
Pissed him off.
and he was just like, oh god. Or yeah, he was like,
I'd want to live forever, but not with this bitch.
yeah, he was like, Dad, listen to the groundhog story I concocted. Phil and his wife take juice that keeps them alive forever, and he's just like, no man wants to. You gotta he needs a new wife.
He just scrawls on it in red ink.
Yeah.
Phyllis does not receive the elixir of life.
Patriarchy at work.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good angle for a short. And then people will be able to look it up and be like, oh my god, it's a true story.
Yeah.
They really withhold the elixir of life from Phyllis. And then poor fucking Phil. poor Phil, just when he feels like he's starting to get close to somebody,
They're
he
dead.
die. He really is like
Yeah.
a vampire, and
Yeah.
that he lives to see everybody
Yep.
he loves die,
Exactly.
and just has to move on.
Yep.
The sad life of Punxsutawney Phil. I didn't think it was great before I knew that his wife died every 3 years.
Little fucking vampire.
It's like Banicula.
Well, that's like
with a
the
groundhog.
so that's the that could be like the subplot of the movie. Like for whatever reason, Murph, Petey, West, and Boots are tasked with this. But like, Boots is convinced it's a vampire. Or like Murph's convinced it's a vampire. So one of us is convinced it's a vampire, and their motive is to stake the little fucker. But the rest of us need the one that thinks the groundhog's a vampire for some special task. And that sets up the standoff at the end.
Absolutely. Also,
That's the conflict.
whenever there has to be one person who gets a hold of the elixir of life and goes mad with power immediately.
It's gonna be like Indiana Jones, where Boots is gonna snatch the elixir off the pedestal and try to replace it.
Oh my god! Replace it with a dead groundhog. And it's like I knew it should have just been a half a groundhog.
I would want.
Well, Boots canonically has a southern accent now,
Yeah, you're
like a
right.
Texas accent.
Yeah, that changed.
Oh heck!
I
knew
would.
it should have just been.
I would want to take a take of that where he's replacing it with. I would want a blooper just for me personally. Instead of a groundhog, it's a gallon of milk. Because that's just Doug.
While I'm studying it to see how much weight I should put on.
Or maybe you.
I'm like vaping the whole
Yeah,
time.
instead of the elixir, it's a gallon of milk. And you replace the gallon of milk with the groundhog. Because you would take. You would.
I'd chug that shit.
If you were somewhere and there was like, this is the elixir of life and the elixir of milk, and this is milk, which you go.
That sounds
for?
like condensed milk.
Yeah.
It's the elixir of milk.
Which one are you going for? Elixir of life or just good old fashioned nice cold cup of milk sitting there? Keep in mind, like you said earlier, you wouldn't know that the elixir of life worked until you're fucking old.
You know, maybe you would know, though. Because I imagine that you wouldn't live for, as a groundhog, your normal lifespan's 3 years. You wouldn't live for, 200 years without, and get old at the same rate.
Yeah.
It would have to stop your aging.
Yeah, but still, though, as a human, if it affects you the same, the human lifespan is so much longer than that.
So you think it might add more
just-
than 7 years per dose?
No, even if it just added 7 years, the to even notice, it would take 10, 15 years of us being like, damn, Doug, you've not aged.
Yeah, it would still
You know
take
what I mean?
a while. Yeah.
You wouldn't even know.
I mean,
You're
I'm at
just
that
like,
age. I'm at the age where a man starts to age quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I guess now is the right time.
I got plenty of gray. We've all got some gray
Yep.
going on.
Yep.
Got the crow's feet and shit. But I'm gonna be 42 this year. By the time I hit 50, I feel like I'm gonna look significantly different than I do right now. So maybe 10 years, we'd be like, you still kind of look 40, Doug. You've been drinking that groundhog milk?
Now we're just milking groundhogs.
Well, no, it's not milk from a groundhog. It's milk for a groundhog.
Yeah.
It's cow milk, but they treat it to turn it into the
Okay.
elixir. See, what you do is you drink it, and then you have a vision, and you have to that's the water of life from Dune.
Yeah. The milk of life
The milk of life.
comes from
Well,
a groundhog.
He drinks the groundhog juice, and he has a vision of 6 more weeks of winter.
That'd be awesome.
So the elixir of life
We just
that Punxsutawney Phil takes every year at the groundhog picnic or whatever is actually the water of life.
It's actually hallucinogenic. just got mushrooms in it.
Phil's pounding ayahuasca.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just ayahuasca.
We just get this ground all fucked up.
No wonder he fucking runs back into his hole. He probably
Comes
sees a
out of the
crowd
house and
demons.
yeah, 10,000 demons just freaking out in front of him.
10,000 Demons Just Freaking Out is a great song title.
Yes.
If we could work the word skull in there, it could be a big fucking skull song. As is, it might be a NoFX song.
Oh, it's great.
10,000 demons freaking out. Who was that? What song is that?
Die Monster Die.
Yeah,
10,000 something.
Corpses?
Yeah. Walk the earth.
Yeah. I think that's one of their songs that they recorded as both of the personalities of the singer.
I don't know. Never got into them too much.
I like them.
Had like a couple songs I liked, but that was about it.
Pretty much.
Never looked much closer.
Well, and the frustrating thing is they've recorded each of those songs
A
like
bunch of times.
a cancer slug amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh. We wouldn't have been able to go to that show even if we
Oh,
just
really?
showed up.
What happened?
Sold out.
Did it?
Yeah.
Good for them.
They were turning people away from the door.
Good for them.
That's amazing. Yeah, for real. Good for
the
that.
stuff. Come back and we'll get you next time.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Last time I saw
If
them,
it's sold, and now it's like it's sold out. Oh damn, that's a lot of people.
last time I saw Cancer Slug was with you guys.
That was the last time we saw him too.
Yeah.
Up in Wilkes-Barre, right?
Yeah. And
Like 5 people.
yeah, like the general consensus of the crowd was, I don't know, my buddy told me these guys were fun.
Yeah.
Like, depending on your definition of fun.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about dick snot?
I mean,
Yeah.
they've been relentlessly touring since then, and it's been like
It's got to
10,
have
15
some effect,
years,
right?
so.
Yeah. Well, and there's some like bigger celebrities that just wear their gear.
yeah.
Like you'll just occasionally see somebody on TV wearing a Cancer Slug t-shirt.
Really?
I have. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you who it was, but
It's Kim Kardashian.
fuck. I don't think Alex could afford getting Kim Kardashian to wear his shirt.
I mean the neck guy, Corpse Grinder.
Oh yeah, he'll wear
He
Cancer
pimps
Slug
them
stuff.
all the time.
Oh,
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would need to see a Cancer Slug set list ahead
to
of
see how
going
much of
to
it
a
you
Cancer
know.
Slug show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be like, I don't care about 40% of these songs.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
I would like to look up the set list for the KMFDM show that's coming up.
I saw that's happening.
Yeah, so Casey and I got tickets like day one.
Okay.
It's actually kind of funny because everybody was talking about how the show was going to sell out so fast, and there was a code that you could only get from HMAC that would let you get access to buy tickets like a week earlier than the general public, and we were like, well, we better do that, or else we're not going to be able to get tickets. The tickets are still not sold out, and this was like December that we bought the tickets, so
Who thought it would sell out? Was that, or that was just general?
that was the
consensus?
general scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, we're pretty sure that this show's gonna sell through, and it's like, all right, cool. I mean, well, that's gonna be an awful lot of.
I have to
DJs
wonder if
and
KMFDM
EDM
is.
kids.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like the idea that it would sell out is like, well, this band has been around forever, and everybody that's into this underground music has heard it, but that may not translate into ticket sales in Harrisburg.
Yeah, like you're gonna go there and instead of like the green and purple synthetic dreadlocks and clove cigarettes, you're gonna see like white and
I'm
gray
gonna be smoking clove
synthetic dreadlocks and Bengay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could easily believe that they'd sell out a comparable venue in like Philly for multiple nights in a row. But Philly used to like have a goth club.
I mean, I don't know
like
fuck all about them. I don't know how popular they actually are. I don't know anything about the group.
I think they're more well known than they are popular. Would you say?
That's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
That
Like-
would be my guess.
I remember they used to have videos that would pop up on the box. And
Like it's
MTV
it's
and
a
stuff.
memorable. They have a memorable name.
Sure.
they have a memorable art style.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Even if I heard their music, I can't say I did. So,
Like, I would have thought of KMFDM on the same level of someone as, like, Ministry.
Yeah.
I don't think Ministry would be bigger than that.
Ministry played the Giant Center
Yeah.
on that final Slayer tour.
Yeah.
So I guess they are bigger.
Yeah, and I can't see KMFDM getting booked on any tour.
Yeah, no,
Hits
I mean,
the Giant Center.
look, if they can't sell out HMAC, they're not playing the Giant
Yeah.
Center. They could, I would believe that they could do well if not sell out a venue the size of Giant Center in a different city.
Yeah.
A more populated one.
Gothenburg. Gothenburg, Sweden.
Oh, I'm sure they sell out in Gothenburg, yeah.
You know, I keep seeing ads for a club in Harrisburg called Nocturnal. And when I hear a club called Nocturnal, I think, like,
Goth
this is
club.
probably like a goth club.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I actually, like, read the ad, it's not a goth club.
No.
They do have
Is
a...
that the play with the arcade?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have an
I see that,
arcade, like,
yeah.
downstairs.
Interesting.
It's a Second Street
Yeah.
place.
So there's now Love Drafts and Nocturnal that have a basement arcade
Yeah.
on 2nd
Oh,
Street.
boy. Love Drafts.
Oh, yes.
Did you hear about Love
Oh, it's
Drafts?
so
Oh,
cool.
about the emo karaoke night?
No.
No,
Oh,
no, about
okay.
Trapped.
Oh, I did hear they were playing. What happened?
No, they're not playing.
They're not
not.
playing, and that was the issue.
So
for
Trapped,
Trapped.
they have since becoming one hit wonders. They have staked their claim on being a shitty Trump loving weird.
Christian metal band.
Yeah. So Love Drafts has started advertising shows as this band. Attention, Trapped will not be playing. And Trapped found out about it.
So,
Started
This
talking.
is how the beef between Eminem and the Insane Clown Posse started.
well, no, the thing is, the show that was going on there, it was part of a tour package that featured Trapped. But when they booked the show, they specifically said, we will book the show without Trapped.
Yeah.
They're not playing our
Yeah.
venue.
Right, that's
That
what
doesn't
kicked it
surprise
off.
me at all.
That's what
Yeah.
kicked it off.
Yeah.
So I
Love
guess
Drafts is like known as the like we're not Nazis in the area.
even though we're named after a
Yes.
fucking anti-Semitic,
Yeah,
racist dickbag.
not a Nazi though.
Technically not a Nazi.
Technically not a Nazi.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that I've seen a letter of his that was like, I don't like this Hitler guy very much.
well, thanks, Hal.
No, I don't actually know how far into Hitler being a name that people knew he even
By that
lived.
time, this is like 36.
Well,
He died in 36 or something like that.
was it 36? Yeah, it was in the 30s
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah, so you might not have even known.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Love Drafts thing turned into a whole fucking deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this guy went on to Facebook and just started going off about how he's going to sue Love Drafts. And Love Drafts like, well, you know, we've had problems with you, and we specifically requested we didn't want you here. And we've heard from other people that booked you in the past in Harrisburg that they couldn't even give away tickets. And yeah, he was just going on about how he's going to like sue him and everything. And then they started posting screenshots of this guy from Trapped saying like,
They were like posting the text messages or whatever.
No, they were posting. They were saying this guy is a pedophile supporter
Oh.
because he made a comment about a case where a teacher slept with a 15-year-old male student. About how that's not pedophilia.
I mean,
So, this guy's like, well, by the definition in a dictionary.
yeah. Technically, that's true. But that's not the
Don't-
that's not the look you want to go for when
Nah,
somebody accuses
you know what?
you of being a pedophile.
Don't point that out. No need to point that out.
You don't ever need to say that. Yeah, you shouldn't really go around bragging about how you know the difference.
Yeah.
No, this guy made like 10 posts in
Yeah.
the span of 2 hours about how Love Drafts is just a virtue signaling club.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I saw.
And then he'd be like, and we've never been anything but kind to our trans fans, and we support all Trapped fans being who they are, and that's part of what it is to be a Trapped fan.
Look, I support people being who they are for like 3 people too.
But the very next post, he puts up an image of Love Draft promoting their LGBTQ like drag queen thing. They're like, these are the people who are virtue signaling and not letting us play their club and banning Trapped. First club in America to ban Trapped in 3
Not the last.
Right after this?
Yep. All the other clubs are like, I didn't know we could do that.
Oh, fuck, I don't want Trapped either.
They don't like that we speak the truth, and they don't like that we like Trump, and they don't like that we're Christians.
Yeah, all right, stay away. That's fine.
We are for freedom of speech, and then like 2 posts later, he says, if everyone I'm on this tour with doesn't pull off the show in Harrisburg, Trapped is leaving the tour.
I love the insinuation that you can't be truly virtuous unless you like Trapped.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're just virtue signaling because they won't let us play their club.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Saliva and Edema and who was
all those other bands named after medical terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they all pulled off the thing because it's not on the Love Drafts.
What about seborrheic dermatitis? Are they showing up?
That sounds like a grindcore band.
Yeah. It does. It really does. Very first time in my life I mentioned a Rob Crow band to anybody, and they knew what I was talking about. So, if you're not familiar, Rob Crow is a very prolific recording artist, and he has like a bajillion bands.
Yeah, Matchbox 20.
That's Rob something else, I think. I don't even know that guy's name.
Thomas.
Rob Thomas.
Was he
As opposed to
somebody's
Dave
son?
Thomas.
Is he somebody's son? Nope. Thinking of Bob Dylan's son.
I do imagine he is actually 2 people's son.
The Wallflowers, who are probably also playing somewhere in Harrisburg, actually. Or some winery.
Why did we start talking about them? Oh, yeah. So, he's not just, like, in, like, a bunch of bands. He kind of is those bands. Like, each band is kind of just an excuse for him to do a different genre. So, he's responsible for Goblin Cock, which is a, like, stoner metal band.
Yeah.
And Pinback, which I think is more of, like, an indie kind of rock band. I think he does solo stuff, which God knows what that is. And he also did Anal Trump, which is a grindcore band, but it's like all comprised of things that Donald Trump said that are horrible. And they've got songs named in the style of Anal Cunt. Mm-hmm. So it's stuff like Earthquakes Are Gay.
Nice.
Janet Reno Can Suck My Dick or something like that. And I mentioned, because we started talking about grindcore when I was hanging out with Sam and Dan, and I was like, "Do you know Anal Trump?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's like Rob Crow's band, right?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, Dan's into really underground shit."
He amazes me sometimes. Remember, Josh, when you were like, "So Necrogoblicon is doing a collab with Torchbearer Hots."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, who's Necrogoblicon? Oh, I'm into this. I mentioned Necrogoblicon to Dan as well, and he's like, oh, I fucking love those guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan does not listen to the podcast.
That's fun. That's okay.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though he did a documentary on us.
Featured.
I do not think that Dan watches the podcast or listens to the podcast.
Let's say slip him 20 and have him just delete that documentary.
I actually learned last night that so Sam has one of his early like comedy shorts that he made up on YouTube, but it's on an old account, that he no longer has access to, and he really wants that film to be off of YouTube. he told me that he tried to DMCA it.
Yeah, that's
to get
the
it
first thing I
taken
thought I
down,
would do.
and it didn't work. And I don't know if that's like a legal technicality where it's like you can't force us to take down the video that you actually do own the rights to and you posted.
You need to do it.
Like,
it's yours.
Like you have to, and like he could, I'm sure, get access to the account again. But if you've ever had to recover a Google account,
That's like Bruce in that book he wrote. He can't get it off Amazon for whatever for like account, like bank account reasons. Like he doesn't have the bank account or something like that. Like he called there's something that he can't get it taken down.
Wow. I found out something interesting recently. I think I've been talking this whole episode, so after this I'm going to shut up and we can talk about other stuff.
We have other stuff.
You came loaded with.
I'm glad I came with the Punxsutawney Phil shit.
Immortal Groundhogs.
Hell yeah. I think we have an episode title. Well, shit, I've actually forgotten what I was going to say.
I think Immortal Groundhogs of the Third Reich is a pretty good title for something.
It's like a parody of Elsa She-Wolf.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the shooting script. That's the like Blue Harvest, so we don't want anybody to know we're shooting 3-coil. We just call it Immortal Groundhogs of the Third Reich. And then people are like, yo, that's a way better movie than what you made. So much better.
Why did you not just make...
Yeah, you should have just made that.
Like, yeah, I know it's like a Nazi movie. It's like a Nazi exploitation kind of thing. Because it would be.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Like, especially if it was specifically... It was a Groundhog Day holiday film. About Nazis.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Ilsa?
I have not.
I think I've only seen scenes.
That's a weird movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she runs like a concentration camp.
It's like one of them sexploitation
movies,
right?
Ilsa she runs the concentration camp and she fucks the prisoners and then kills them when they can't perform
I was
her
going to
standards.
ask if she was a generous lover.
No. But then she meets a Jew guy who comes on command and just rocks her world, and her grip on the prison just falls apart.
See, I thought it was like a lesbian movie.
No, she's getting rocked.
Oh.
She's getting rocked by
Rocked
concentration
by
camp
cock
people.
rocked.
Yep.
So
it's bad.
What is it about the guy who comes on command that drives her so wild, though? Is she just like a huge cum slut, or...
No, I think it's more like...
I'm not cum slut shaming.
Yeah, I think it's more like she just takes a really long time to come, I guess. And none of the... he's
able to hold off until he wants to.
Yeah.
I got it.
And he's like a really...
Because when you say he comes on command, I'm imagining her being like, see him in. Brings out a shot glass.
No, he can rock her world all night long and the first prisoner of her concentration camp that can actually satisfy her. Yep.
And then he leads the revolt against
her. I don't
her.
remember what happens. I don't know. I watched that back in the Netflix.
The like
DVD days,
like the mail order Netflix. Yeah,
it was on this list of movies I got out of Rue Morgue that was like 50 lesser known. I forget what they called it. It was like 50 lesser known horror movies you need to watch.
Wait, are they still doing Rue Morgue?
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it only like twice a year though, or something?
Every
one
other
of those
month.
get okay.
Every other month they do.
I've been thinking about Fangoria.
Fangoria might have. Yeah. No, Rue Morgue's still going. You can still buy it at like. Where I would always go to Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or Borders.
I would go to the fucking newsstand that Tony's mom
had.
That's where I would go, and I would buy like heavy metal magazine and shit like that too. That was fun.
Yeah, I get Rue Morgue digitally, but it's dumb because like their app is terrible. Like I signed up for it on the phone and it doesn't transfer over to iPad, and I'm like, well, shit.
That's That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Like it's tied to the device.
Like it's the kind of device that you would want to read a magazine on.
Yeah, I was using my phone when I thought to sign up for it. Whatever.
That's fucking lame.
I'm pretty stoked going back to concerts. The gift he got me for my birthday. Going to go to an Arena Rock show. Foo Fighters.
Oh, shit.
She got us Foo Fighters tickets.
Oh, man. Foo Fighters are so good.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, I feel like, even though it's not like a band that I like live or die by, I think it would be cool to see that live.
It's probably going to be like a top concert experience just because they are so good live.
Yeah. Like I was like, I think I want to see them at some point. So they're playing Hershey, so
that's really cool.
in the summer. That's going to be pretty sweet.
Wish I could have seen Meatloaf.
I saw him.
Oh, you did?
Not live. I saw him walking out of the Hershey Lodge, getting on
okay.
the tour bus.
I mean, that's
I remember that.
He was
that's
sick as
closer
shit.
than I've ever been.
He was sick as shit when that happened.
That sucks.
Not like he
Not
was
like
dying.
dying,
He was
but-
just sick.
Yeah.
I think he canceled the show or ended it early or something because he was a little under the weather.
That's a shame. I mean, he's dead now.
Yeah.
He's a little worse off than that at this point.
Yeah, give him the groundhog juice, man.
Now, if anybody,
Why did we not give
Yeah.
the groundhog juice to Meatloaf?
Yeah. No. Anybody that died before any like rich person of note that died before we could find out if they were a Trump supporter or not, I think we need to keep them dead.
Oh, we knew about Meatloaf. He died after Trump was.
Did he?
in
Ooh,
office.
was he a Trump? Wasn't?
I don't think so, but I think he was an anti-vaxxer.
That's what
Towards
it
the
was.
end there.
That's what it was. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah, no, we would have withheld it. I mean, he wouldn't have taken it anymore. Isn't it just a vaccine against death?
It's true.
Oh.
That's what we do. We tell people that they're not allowed to have it unless they're vaccinated, because if you don't take the one, you obviously don't want the other. And then it will just.
But he could be.
It'll just be fucking gopher milk.
Yeah. I mean, if Loaf wanted to keep it, Mr. Loaf, if Mr. Loaf wanted to keep it a secret, then he could have been like,
Mr. Loaf Esquire.
yeah, I'm an anti-vaxxer, and proving that like vaccines don't help because he never dies, so he doesn't need vaccines.
But that's only if he gets the elixir.
Oh, he'll
Well-
take the elixir.
Well, he won't, because I won't give it to him if he's not vaxxed.
Yeah, but
Also, you know his ass was vaxxed,
yeah,
right?
sure. That's it. Like, hey, here's a vaccine that's going to save you from this disease versus this. You will not die if you take this. I think there's a different measuring stick.
I feel like, and I don't think that they go into this on the website, but I feel like if Punxsutawney Phil were in an accident or got really ill, he could probably die.
That's what I was gonna
He
ask.
just won't die of natural causes.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like,
Yeah.
we should flood their mailbox with like, what happens if you cut his head off?
It's weird,
Like,
though.
so much so that they have to put it on the fact page
Yeah.
because they're tired of answering it.
Somebody publicly kills Punxsutawney Phil on live TV on Groundhog Day, and they have to admit, okay, look, we've been lying to you. We don't have the elixir of life.
Didn't Bill Murray do that?
Did he kill the groundhog?
I think I don't remember.
Oh,
I thought he
drove
killed
his
it.
car.
Yeah.
Off the.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he woke up the next day and Phil was fine. Too.
Well, that
Oh, that's what caused the fucking time loop in Groundhog Day. Because we never knew that. Like, that's not something the movie explains why he got caught in the time. Like, it was because
should watch that movie.
Punxsutawney Phil's immortality works by rewinding every time he dies, and for some reason, something killed Punxsutawney Phil that day.
And fucking Bill Murray thought it was all about him.
It had nothing to do with
Fucking
his
rich
ass.
people.
It just happened to be that the day that he turned his life around and got with what's her name, the Punxsutawney Phil found a way out of his precarious situation. Bill Murray is just a pawn in Punxsutawney Phil's dangerous game. I wish that was short enough to be an episode title. It's long enough to be a Say Anything song title, though.
Yeah. I never liked that. None of those bands started to have stupid long title names.
One of my favorite song titles is a super duper long one, and that's "We Threw Gasoline on the Fire, and Now We Have Stumps for Arms and No Eyebrows." And that is a NoFX song.
See, that's fine. That's fine because you're a funny band. But when it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're this hardcore fucking metalcore band,
Or like
and our
Coheed.
songs are like,
One of their big hit songs is called "In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth: 3."
douchebags.
Oh no, that's the album. I think the song might just be "In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth."
Douchebags.
But I like them. Claudio's a douchebag, but I like the music. I've never read the comics. Casey keeps getting on me to do that.
Yeah, here.
I never got into them.
They sound like Rush to me for the
Yeah.
most part, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I never got into Rush either.
I actually never got into Rush, but the fact that Coheed sounds like Rush
Rush
makes them
is
more
okay.
appealing to me.
Some Rush is okay with me.
You
I
can get a greatest hits album of Listen out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to their discography.
Yeah. Anything prior to Moving Pictures is a little too weird.
A little too proggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget who was I talking to about prog rock. Oh, it was some of the guys on my work friends Discord.
Mm.
They're into like just the other day the one guy was like, I've decided on my 2024 best guitar tone for a metal album nominee. They're those kind of I mean, I think metal guys are like that. Very into the intricacies of shit that all sounds the same to me. You know? And I typically don't talk about music with them because it's like, yeah, we're not into pop music, but we are far, far different. Like,
The only Discord that I hang out on
Uh-huh.
has such an eclectic mix of genres of like people like
Yeah.
of music. Like we have a channel called Yo Check This Bop on the server where people can just recommend music, and you will get like the newest pop songs that have come out from some people, and then other people you'll get like 60s outlaw country.
yeah.
And then I'll post a fucking Rudy Schwartz project
Yeah.
video or something.
We
I actually have not subjected them to that yet.
Yeah, I forget what, but I said something like, yo, that song's way too fucking long for me. I was like, you get
Which
about,
one? All of them.
Yeah, you get like 2:15 to 2:30. That's about it.
That's
like,
why we listen to Cancer Slug.
Well, like the one guy was explaining he was reviewing a show he went to, and he said like the opener had boring hardcore punk drums, and I was like, it's the fucking opposite thing. That's the most opposite thing I've ever heard. Like, there's nothing boring about drumming fast to me. Like,
yeah.
but in his mind, I guess if you're not,
Oh, if you're not like Neil Peart.
yeah, if you're not using it, like, I don't know, whatever.
I tell everyone 90 seconds, and even that's pushing it.
Song length?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, how long is Blind Dead?
About 90.
I was gonna say it's not very
Probably.
long. I put it on a
I think
3.5-inch floppy.
I think it's
disk.
91. It will probably be 91. I think it's a minute 31.
I think the first MP3 file I ever had, Jay brought over to me on a 3.5-inch floppy disk,
Yeah.
and it was "Clown" by Korn, which is not a long song, and I think that's the only reason that it fit on the disc. It was like a 64 kbps.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
MP3
like,
file.
They were low KBs back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I didn't notice the difference back then.
I still don't know the difference.
Oh,
I mean, no, I can tell the difference.
You could tell a 64K
Yeah.
one.
I can actually tell Spotify for years sounded worse to me than other sources. They're better now, but
You ever
like
try any of
audibly
those, like,
different.
lossless streaming platforms? I did a trial of one once, of Deezer, because
Yeah.
that was when I got my Sony XM4 headphones, and they have the like spatial
Yeah.
audio feature, but you have to be subscribed to like a non-standard
Right.
like music streaming service to use that. And so I was like, whatever, give me a free month of Deezer. It wasn't worth installing the app for the spatial audio.
There's nothing I listen to that is worth bothering. Like, I fucked around and ripped... I fucked around and ripped Deftones, Adrenaline, I think, to FLAC.
Then you compared it to like MP3?
No, just to hear...
Oh.
To pump it through the best sound stuff I have. And
I
was
will
like,
say...
like, I can hear... Which would be playing the CD.
Yeah.
I could have just played it through a CD player, but I wanted to fuck around with it, and I was just like...
I can hear the difference between a, say, 128 and a 256K MP3. I can kind of tell a difference in some tracks between like a 256 and a 320. I cannot tell the difference under any circumstances between a 320K MP3 and a FLAC file, or between a FLAC file and a CD.
Yeah. And I'll also say that, well, if I sat down and I think I could tell the difference, I would never care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It would never matter.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands that we listen to, we're not listening
that
to
would
for the
never,
production quality.
But like even some of the more, I don't know, like, yeah, I guess I don't listen to any music that it would matter. You know?
It's
what kind of music would even, does it matter?
Prog.
Yeah, like music.
You're like, yeah, it's not even music.
Well, like music, I guess it only matters if you're listening to music not to hear a song, but
to listen to the music.
I get, you know what I mean?
I do kind of listen to music that way sometimes. Yeah. Just like not most kinds of music.
That's the bet. Like I don't listen to music. I don't know. It's the only way I can describe it. I listen to music to hear a song, not to hear music. If that doesn't make sense,
I think I know.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. It's 1080p, 720p, sitting here on this couch and watching TV to me. Like, I know
I'm not missing anything.
There's, that upgrade, but
you can see it.
What are you really missing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you split screen it from here, I can't fucking tell the difference.
I mean, we talked about the fact
4K.
that I could actually watch a 4K Blu-ray for once and was not impressed in any way. Like, I do try to keep everything to 1080p when I can on like my Plex server, but I don't bother with 4K.
No, I do.
Like,
I love 4K. I love 4K. Now I have a home theater with a projector, so it's a little different.
It's true. Your screen's a little on the bigger side.
Yeah, that and I have that and an OLED TV down there, so they're very. I mean, I really do like the 4K. I got the Tink 4K too. The retro Tink 4K. I got that too. It's like I'm into that.
So nice.
Yeah, I'm into all that stuff. So I don't think I mean, it's. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's any reason anybody else should do it unless you're interested. There's no reason unless you're interested in seeing them. And I guess it's the same thing with audio quality.
Yeah,
I'm just into that for the like. It's important for me to have like it's cool that I can watch a movie and it looks like I have the actual film. That's cool to me. I enjoy that.
So,
and maybe I don't know. Maybe the music thing is like that.
It honestly a lot of the time depends on what you're listening to.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
that's where I messed up too, because I kind of like the worst movies in the best quality. Like,
and that can get expensive.
Yeah.
Because they'll put out a Blu-ray, but it'll be a company you've never heard of publishing the Blu-ray. They won't promote it at all, and by the time you hear it exists, it's $300.
Yeah. Or it's a boutique release.
And you just can't get it anymore. Yeah.
Yep. Like I got Burial Ground on 4K.
I joined the Disney Movie Club to get Return to Oz in 1080p. That's the only way you could get it for a while.
Yeah.
I regretted it, but
I guess if I think about it that way, yeah. But like, it's more like do I care if I'm watching a 480p rip of like Sanford and Son, is if it's encoded or if it's like the DVD based quality? Like, do I
Not really.
do I care? No.
I mean, it's gonna be
because Sanford and Son in this instance is like a punk rock song. It's not.
I mean,
There's nothing in the background that you're missing.
Sanford and Son's pretty punk.
Pretty punk. There's nothing like. Yeah, there's nothing there that you're gonna like. Find like it's cool to me watching a 4K rip of a restored movie where it's like I can see the strings now that we're holding up the animatronic puppet. Like, oh, it's fun. That's kind of neat. I see how they do it now. You know.
I have the album Rumors by Fleetwood Mac on 8-track, and I will perfectly happy listen to that whole album straight through on 8-track, which does not sound good at all. 8-track was just a shit format from the beginning, and I don't really.
You gave
care.
me a Red Fox 8-track.
Oh, did I?
I still have that. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think I gave Bruce a Black Sabbath one.
Yeah,
I think I had like Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath on 8-track.
This means they're actually going to finish another Hidden song put out on 8-track, huh?
I have 4 blank 8-tracks over there.
Is it easy to record 8-track?
I mean, you have to have an 8-track recorder.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people would record their records to 8-track to play in the car.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's why you can get blank 8-tracks. I also have some like cassette tapes. And I think I might have told you guys about this. I have some cassette tapes that are like, honestly, they're kind of just long enough to play Blind Dead. But they're also infinite loop cassette tapes, so you put
they
play,
just keep going.
It will go forever because they just make like a Mobius strip.
That's cool. I didn't know that
tape.
existed. That's really neat.
They're not easy to get anymore unless you order like a large batch to be like manufactured for you in Canada, because that's where they do it now.
I want Pogo Pope on that.
Yeah, they had ones as short as like 15 seconds, which I would assume would be used for like announcements or something. Like if you had like a bus station or something, and every 15 minutes you wanted this to start, or every 15 seconds you wanted it to say something.
Well, you know, the first hidden song ever was only 18 seconds.
Was it?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
I don't even know if I can play
Like
that
I
quick
said,
anymore.
90 seconds or less.
I don't even know if I can play that quick anymore. I remember the first time Tony and I were in my bedroom one night listening to George Carlin, Occupation Fool, and in the middle of that, somebody comes up and gives him a note that says he won a Grammy, and like in the middle of the record, and the crowd claps, and there was a skip there, and we were just like talking over the clapping, and we realized like, yo, they have been applauding him for like 5 minutes. It perfectly looped the applause. And we didn't notice it because of the skip on the record.
These people were so excited for him.
I was like, Carlin was a big fucking deal back in the day.
He won a Grammy.
I mean, yeah. They were just going to town.
Oh, God. I would genuinely love to know what George Carlin would say today. But I'm happy for him that he didn't have to experience today. Oh my God! I think it would have killed him if he was still alive.
There's a 3 Carlin. I don't know. There was a documentary that HBO did, like a 3-episode documentary. It basically said like near the end he was just like. The Carlin in the specials we saw was him in some ways. Like, he was very misanthropic, but he was also... It wasn't a hatred of humanity. It was... He was really let down by humanity. And he was just, like... He was happy with his new wife up until the end, and he didn't want to really engage, so...
Don't say I blame him.
Yeah.
You know what I learned Saturday? There's a hotel in Hershey.
What?
After dinner, we went to the Hershey Hotel. to the Iberian Lab. It was very much swankier than Josh and I deserve.
Guess where I went? I went to the lodge. I thought that's the hotel in Hershey.
Oh.
We were like, follow us over. Okay, and then Josh goes, zoom, and I was like, Josh went the wrong way.
Well, I saw this car in front of me going a certain way, and I was like, well, I don't know if that's Steve's car or not.
I guess I'll follow
Was
it.
that her car?
No, you went right when we went. We went left.
yeah.
No, I mean, were you guys in her car, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the car we ride the D&D.
Yeah.
You ride in it, not behind it, I guess.
I was like, I don't think that's it. And it's going that way, not towards the lodge. So I'm not going to follow it and be an asshole. Have these people like call me and be like, "Where are you?"
Still, that happened.
So I'm like, I'm going to make the executive decision and lead everyone to the lodge because I guess they're following me.
Like, well, the lodge is literally right there.
Josh, I have a question.
What's up?
I want you to think very carefully before you answer it, but would it be more embarrassing to show up at the wrong place because you followed the wrong car? Or because you didn't know that there was another hotel in Hershey called the Hershey Hotel?
I'm driving around the fucking lodge parking lot for like
Oh, man.
10 minutes, and then I park over in that little development. I forget what that place. Briarcrest. Yeah, I park over in Briarcrest, and I'm like looking on my phone. I'm like, well, should I text them? And then I see Ken texted me like 10 minutes before that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
So then I Google the Hershey Hotel and I put it into the GPS, and I'm driving over there. I'm like, oh, is that place up there the fucking hotel? Oh no, that was Milton Hershey.
Yeah.
So I almost went to the wrong place again.
my God.
Just out of school.
No, I'm here to drink.
And then I pull into the hotel, go inside, and I'm like, isn't there supposed to be like a bar somewhere around here? And Ken fucking came downstairs and got me. Yeah, I've never been in that fucking place. Didn't even know it was up there.
It's not the kind
Even
of
though
place
it's like
where
Hotel Drive or something.
Yeah, I think it was the third time I was over there.
I was going to say, it's not the kind of place that people like us end up in
No,
often.
much swankier than I deserve.
It's above
certainly.
our grade, yeah.
I'll tell you that they brought out a soft pretzel. And it was the most fucking bullshit soft pretzel I've ever seen, man. They had like,
What do you want when you order a soft pretzel?
Oh, I want a pretzel at least the size of my face,
Okay.
right? And I want it to be soft,
Yeah.
and I want it to have salt on it.
Anything else?
Possibly brushed with butter
Okay.
and mustard. I want
Mustard?
yellow mustard.
Okay.
no, man.
Dijon?
Maybe that was one of the
I don't know
things
what-
in the cups.
two-
I don't
two-
fucking know.
Two little
Was it like a
ramekins.
coarse grain mustard or?
I don't know what the
I don't even
mustards
know
were.
if there was a mustard there.
There was
Oh.
two dipping sauces, meat, couple
Don't put a
meats,
fucking pretzel on your menu if you're
Cranberries.
Not gonna bring out some goddamn
dried cranberries,
What?
raisins, but they were
I ordered
green.
a pretzel, not a charcuterie board.
Yeah, green raisins,
Cheese
So-
all over everything, but not like
multiple cheeses. She did sell me on whatever that soft cheese was. I was like, yo, made that sound good. I ate it and I was like, you could just said this was Munster. It's good. You didn't have to sell it like
You
that.
could have just said Munster. I know Munster. I know I don't belong in this place, but like I know Munster.
never seen something like that.
Like those raisins, the green raisins. Nobody just outside. I mean, somebody should just say that looks like boogers.
Tell you, man. Percy P. Pretzel was rolling in his grave.
Old Triple P.
Yep. shit.
How do I even eat this thing without picking up all this other shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
My God.
Meats and cheeses on your pretzel.
How much was this pretzel?
I don't know, Jamie Blood.
Was it like an $18
Probably.
pretzel?
It probably was. Probably.
What the fuck?
I can't say anything since I guess they took it off the bill anyway. But it was like a $20 Stromboli.
Oh, yeah.
And when I see a $20 Stromboli,
Yeah.
man, I think I'm getting a fucking bully. Nah, man.
That was a sad Stromboli for the price. Was it good at least?
I have varying opinions on it.
Was it the bully so nice they had to make it twice?
Yeah, you know, they came out and were like, hey, we burnt the shit out of this Stromboli.
We're so sorry.
She tried
We
real.
burnt
I
the
like how
shit
she
out
spun
of
it. She was like, it was a little overcooked for me to serve. I'm like, oh, you burned the fuck out of your
Burnt that so bad. So bad. That bully is
Yeah.
cooked.
Yeah.
Like,
You're using that bully to cook other bullies right now, aren't you?
that bully is still powering the stove.
The whole kitchen staff is roasting marshmallows over this bully as we speak.
So they made another one and they brought it out. And this time, man, that guy said no fucking fire on this thing. That was a cold ass bully. Like, the cheese was hot.
So a man of extremes.
I do remember you saying it was cold too.
Yeah,
God damn.
the cheese was hot. So, like, it at least got heated, but they didn't check the rest of it. And
How do you heat the middle, like the middle layer?
You have to have like a special tool to insert it.
Yeah,
To pull it
exactly.
Off, right?
It's artificially inseminated.
I'm just kind of like, I'm split on it though, because like I like a cold Stromboli. Like
You didn't order a cold
If
Stromboli,
I
though.
order a Stromboli, I look forward to taking that shit home
Yeah,
and throwing
right.
it in the fridge. Because when I order Stromboli, it's just a fucking hot sandwich, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And it makes it so cold.
I don't get your fancy Strombolis, like the fucking like chicken shit Strombolis and
That's
the
insane.
fucking
That is fancy.
like the cheeseburger Strombolis
that is
and
fancy.
You get the classic.
the cheesesteak Strombolis and like
I saw
you know.
chicken shit Stromboli on the menu with that pretzel.
I'm trying to think of like
I thought about ordering
non-traditional
that, but I'm allergic
Stromboli.
to
And you ended up with chicken shit. What's the most non-traditional thing I can put in a Stromboli? Chicken shit.
The groundhog Stromboli.
Oh gosh. Have you ever had groundhog Stromboli?
But no,
right?
yeah, if I order a Stromboli, it's basically a hot sandwich.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a hot ham
it is a
sandwich.
lunch meat Stromboli.
Where is it? There's some.
Maybe some pepperoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you pull that shit out of the fridge the next day, you're just getting a fucking sandwich.
And it uses pizza dough.
Yeah.
Just like the rolls that they make at a lot of pizza places for their subs. You're basically getting a pizza place sub with like melted mozzarella all
Yeah.
over it.
So like
That's amazing.
I'm not like I don't feel strongly that most of it was cold.
It's not what you ordered.
It's
though.
just that I expected a cooked Stromboli.
It didn't say cold Stromboli.
Yeah. I didn't order a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the default value for a Stromboli
Yeah.
is warm at
Right.
the very least, if not hot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, typically when you order something at a menu, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, well,
Typically,
I mean, they could
unless
have,
it's like,
they'll have a sandwich section.
yeah,
And like they may not tell you the meatball sub is hot, but the BLT is cold. But you
cold ass
assume,
meatball sub.
right? Oh, it's happened.
Oh yeah,
I don't like when they toast my roll for
Okay.
subs. And so when I order from Sheets, it asks you if you want it toasted or not.
yeah,
But what they don't tell you is for the
That's how they
meatball
heat
sub,
it?
that's how they heat the meatballs. That's how they melt the cheese, is by toasting the
They're
bun.
like, we don't know what to do.
So they just literally gave me a cold meatball sub with unmelted cheese on top.
Dickheads.
Like, could you maybe just like put it in a little
something.
thing and
Have some-
and cook it?
Yeah.
Put it in the microwave.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. And then put it on the bread, wrap it up, and send me the shit. Like, that's
You're a gas station. Like, I'm not expecting much.
no.
But this?
I expect my meatball sandwich to be hot, and I
Yeah.
expect the cheese to not just be grated mozzarella.
Man. Joke's on you for ordering a sub at a... I don't know. Even that,
I mean, there's some
I get them a lot,
but don't get the hot ones if you
There's
don't
a-
want your bun toasted.
Fabio and Joe's is a pizza place in Palmyra. We don't get Stromboli. If we went Stromboli, we don't... I think it's... I forget where we... No, I think there's one of the pizza places we don't get Stromboli from because all it is a pizza they folded in half. And it's what Stromboli is,
Yeah.
but like it's like if you look at it,
Wait, do they still have like the sauce on it and everything? It's like just like
Yes.
a regular pizza.
if you look at it, it's a pizza with a crust that they folded in half. Like it, they didn't even like pinch
they
the
cooked
edges.
the pizza
and went,
and then
"Bam!"
folded it.
Yeah,
This is because they didn't know how to make one,
I
and somebody
guess.
said, "I mean, it's just a pizza folded in half," and they were like, "Oh,
I can do that.
I'm not from this planet. I'll just bake a pizza."
And it
fold
wasn't.
in
It wasn't even the fucking crazy Italian place that closed down for selling ivermectin.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Yeah, there's the. It's by Ralph's. There was a pizza place, and they were like as the Lebanon County politician that is on my friends list put it, who bust tables with me back in the day.
Oh boy.
This is the home base of the tip of the spear that's going to fight back against Tom Wolf's restrictions.
Oh boy.
They're just fucking sitting around, eating pasta primavera and shit.
When you're paranoid about fucking Wolf's policies,
Yeah,
they've gotten to you.
Yeah.
You are in deep at that
yeah,
point.
yeah. They were a bunch of just
I understood why the crazies didn't like John Fetterman from the get-go. The guy wears a hoodie.
yeah, yeah. Man, they were a bunch of Lebanon County politicians showed up in Palmyra at that whatever Taste of Sicily is what it was called, and that was they weren't
I
going
do
to
remember that place.
they weren't going to close, and then they got busted for selling ivermectin.
That does sound like the kind of place that would just
Yeah.
fold a cooked pizza in half.
Yeah,
and call it a
right.
stromboli.
Yeah,
Or at least a calzone.
apparently they were really good.
Oh.
I didn't eat there before. I saw they were fucking loonies, so I never ate there
We're not
after.
gonna after, yeah.
Yeah.
The best pizza place in like downtown Mechanicsburg is Zitarelli's, but we don't get from them anymore because they always had shitty right-wing shit in their window. Ever since Trump got elected,
Yeah.
they started putting that shit in the window, and then we stopped getting pizza from them. Unfortunately, in Mechanicsburg, they're probably not losing much.
Yeah. Yeah, Palmyra, I'm sure it was. If you didn't sell the ivermectin, you still be in business. So.
Yeah. I dug up their menu, and here's one of their fancy strombolis. Okay, it's not
chicken
chicken
shit.
shit. It is a mushroom calypso stromboli.
That's pretty fancy.
Calypso.
That's
Yeah.
a dance.
I don't think of mushroom and calypso being something
What's
that goes.
What's calypso as
It's
a
a
food?
style of music. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know
what are we even
anything about
talking
it as a
about?
food.
They also had a Brussels sprout stromboli. Like, what the fuck?
Why? Nobody's ever ordered that.
No, I love Brussels sprouts. I would never.
I love roasted Brussels sprout.
So I'm the exact opposite. I want them steamed with like
Oh, really?
a bunch of butter and salt on them.
That's how I liked them until we started putting them in the air fryer. Air fryer with salt, pepper, and garlic, and then put hot honey on them.
Not
Oh,
a
baby.
hot honey guy.
That is fantastic.
I don't think I've ever had a hot honey that I actually like.
Really?
And it surprises me every time because how difficult is it to put cayenne in honey?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's... I guess I just don't like hot honey.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the way I eat them. That's the way I eat the Brussels.
Cayenne makes me shit myself.
Cayenne?
Chili
makes you shit
pepper.
yourself?
Chili pepper
Cayenne.
fucks me up. Chili pepper I cannot do anymore. I get real fucked up on chili pepper. My butt does. Butt fucked. Nope.
I can't tell you how badly I wanted to just blurt out butt fuck earlier when Mike Perugine came up in the context of writing a script. God, I hope he doesn't listen to this
I
podcast.
don't think he does.
Yeah, he probably still thinks of us quite often.
I bet he doesn't remember who's who.
But, yeah.
I bet he doesn't remember trying to steal my girlfriend and me letting him.
Although when he gave Bruce his life's work on a flash drive, which was just a backup of his documents folder, pictures of us were in the folder of best friends. Or friends
poor
or
guy.
something like that.
Yeah.
He definitely still thinks about us.
I mean, I think we were probably some of Dom's best friends, too. I hope Dom is still kicking in
Somewhere.
and yeah, just having a grand old time with his new life.
Hopefully.
Just walked out of town and left his guns behind.
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't seem likely. He's probably dead, but I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I know.
And I hope he's
Okay,
a lot
right off
happier
into
than
the
he
sunset,
was.
we'll never know. Okay.
Hope so, right.
That's weird.
I'll tell you, who doesn't think about us? Sat down at that table, and Sarah walked in, she's like, "Hey, you, long time." And I just want to be like, which one am I?
Oh shit, I forgot Kid had friends. Shit. And Doug walks up, shit, there's more of them. Oh no.
This one's got a limp.
This one's got a limp. Oh man.
They're like, look at him wearing fucking athletic shorts and he's never played a sport in his life.
Made me fucking kill me. And she's like, even your twerking was religious.
Oh. That was good to see Mimi. It's been
Sarah's a sweetheart.
so
I'm glad
many
she's happy.
and honestly Jamie too.
Yeah.
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 Y'all want to play some games?
Sure.
I'd love to play a game, Josh. Wait. Is this like a jigsaw kind of thing? I don't want to have to cut my own face open to escape a
No,
trap.
we just literally want you to fuck half a groundhog to survive.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Forever.
Look, if it's going to help me survive, I'll fuck anything that moves. Or doesn't. In fact, in the case of half a groundhog, I'd probably prefer if it wasn't moving. That would be fucked up.
That's a reanimator scene that got cut.
Or like Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
It's like the animal... And
The half a
anatomical
dog.
Yeah, that's cut in half. And you're trying to fuck
Yeah, but that way you can see it.
So what did you guys talk about on the podcast? We talked about trying to fuck the half of an oh my god, I can't say that word. Anatomical dog from Return of the Living Dead.
Ernie, we need your crematorium. Why? Rabid weasels. And then he cuts it off. He's like, Jesus Christ, this is half a groundhog. Yeah, Ernie, you can't tell any. Why is there cum leaking out?
I get lonely.
Ernie, shut the fuck up.
You had to open the bag.
God damn it, Ernie, you need to shut the fuck up right now.
Oh my god.
You need to help me burn this gum soaked ground.
Write that down. Write that down.
Oh, that was good.
So
The recoil.
the would you rather that we discussed recently.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather suck off a dude with a 12-inch dong and swallow all the cum?
Yeah.
Or would you rather eat out a girl's
Dirty
asshole
butthole.
that's covered with her shit? Would blowing the tar man from Return of the Living Dead satisfy both requirements?
He does want more brains.
Yep.
He wants more something, that's for sure.
Brain. Give me brain.
It's brain.
Not, there's
It's
no
brain.
S.
There's-
Just give me brain.
Brain. Oh, it's brain. You're giving him brain. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what he actually meant.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole thing was just a big misunderstanding.
Our states this week.
Spock, take a look at this subspace news article. Some fool blew his own face off while cleaning a loaded phaser.
Fascinating, Captain. Was it someone aboard the Enterprise?
No, Spock, it happened in Florida.
They were Florida, Mississippi, and Arizona.
Ooh.
Florida, Mississippi, and Arizona.
All right.
Headline number 1. GOP advances bill legalizing the killing of undocumented migrants on suspicion of trespassing.
Where do you go from there?
Well, that's just so you can.
To birds?
That's so you can just hire them, and when they give you shit, you can just shoot them. It's just slavery, right?
That sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Headline number 2. Man facing 50-year prison sentence over turtle smuggling scheme.
50 years for hauling turtles.
And smuggling turtles.
How heinous were his turtle smuggling crimes that he got 50 years?
1 year for every turtle.
They're not fucking around. You smuggle enough turtles, you'll never see the light of day.
Final headline. Female GOP senator blocks bill designed to protect IVF treatment because it could legalize the creation of human-animal chimeras.
I've been present for that treatment. I don't know.
Was
At
that-
no point did a cat ever sneak in there.
Was that a U.S. Senate member?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
What was the first state?
Florida, Mississippi, and Arizona.
Arizona was the one I was missing. Okay.
These are tough to call.
Ooh, aren't they?
Yeah.
I believe red meat is still our champion.
Florida, turtle smuggling. Mississippi, the chimera.
All right.
Arizona, the
The shooting.
it's
Undocumented.
oh yeah the slavery bill.
Dollar menu?
I agree. That's Arizona. I really, really think that's Arizona. But I'll switch around the other two.
Okay.
I'll put the chimera
In Florida,
in Florida, and I'll put the
turtles.
fucking turtle smuggler. Mississippi seems just as likely for that one
Yeah.
as Florida. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're both kind of swampy and shit.
Yeah.
All right. Going 3 for 3. Our winner, and still butterweight champion of the world, red meat babyface.
All right. I mean, you retained your title last time,
On a technicality, right?
like by the slightest of margins physically possible.
Yeah. Like that was a count out.
So,
Yeah.
congratulations, that was a true win.
I think it's the actual only time I've won in recent memory, like actually won.
Like
and not-
1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like how Mantar would hit his splash for a finisher and then roll him out of the ring. Or was that Kamala? That might have been Kamala.
Was the strategy to roll him out of the ring
And then they
have
count
them
out.
time out?
Yeah.
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 How long does it take to count
That was
someone out of the ring?
10 seconds.
It's only 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Well, a 10 count.
I thought it was longer than that, and I think it's because it was like 30 or 60 seconds in the Super Nintendo game of like Raw.
Games typically I
Because
don't remember. I don't
stayed
remember what
outside
it
of
was
the ring
with
and
Raw.
fought a
Most
lot
games
out.
you could set it to 20.
Yeah.
Because some places did 20 counts.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a 20 count then.
But it's a 10 count, not 10 seconds.
True.
There was another wrestler in WWF, Wild Bill Irwin. Except when he came in WWF, he was a hockey player named the Goon, where his finisher was he'd go outside the ring and he'd put his opponent like standing up outside the ring, and he'd go back the aisle, and then he'd run and he'd body check him, and then he'd roll in the ring and take the count out win. And I see that, and I just think,
That's
like,
fucking dirty.
how did these guys ever expect to win titles?
Yeah, you absolutely would never win. You would never win.
You can't win a title on a count
No.
No.
It
Pin-
has to be
pin or
by-
submission.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Tag title. Take out one guy and then let your tag partner handle the other guy.
I remember when Kamala would, like, do the body splash on their back and hook their leg the wrong way. And the rest, like, you gotta roll them over.
You know, I
Good
just
old
realized.
Kamala.
You know how we used to play, like, Idiots on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the movie that we kept picking because you
Mask.
kept putting it? Oh, it was The Mask. Okay. Like I was just thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, I can't remember.
It
what
is
movie
about to
it
come
was.
back.
What? They're doing another one?
No.
Oh.
If I gotta start bringing mask trivia every week again.
I wouldn't be opposed, honestly.
Let's just go to the joke of the week.
Here, in its natural habitat, on a tiny islet off the coast of Belgium, we observe the majestic and elusive joke of the week.
Gentlemen, why were the Twin Towers so mad during 9/11?
Like, I'm just going to preemptively say this joke is in poor taste.
Why were the Twin Towers so mad during 9/11?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because they ordered pepperoni, but all they got were 2 planes. Joke of the week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
But you cannot fuck around with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.